Georgia will kick it away, and it is John Casey who will do the booting. End over end. Taken at the 11-yard line. That's James Rouse. Runs into his own player and then into a couple of Bulldogs at the 24-yard line. Offensively, or the Arkansas Razorbacks, Greg Thomas. He has gone the entire way at quarterback for the Hogs. And there's the workhorse, the junior halfback, James Rouse. Of course, thus far in the ball game, it has been the play of that man right there. What a night so far in the first half for Greg Thomas. There's Rouse. He is on his feet. Smashes his way across the 43-yard line. Vince Guthrie and Rusty Beasley, the safety, on the stop, but not before Rouse rambles for 19.
And this is a misdirection play. Watch the action. Everybody goes away. There's the handoff back against the grain, and Rouse gets a tremendous block in the center of the field. You can see he certainly knows what to do with it when he gets that open field, when he can break out there. That's why he has over 1,000 yards rushing.
Well, and that's also why Arkansas this year averaged 266 rushing yards a game, and he's on his way again across the midfield stripe and tackled at the 48-yard line by Beasley and the Rover Mike Brown. Well, the Razorbacks in the first half, Dave.
Well, they started. Look at where they started. 48 and 40, and Georgia's 49. That is great field position to start. The results were only a field goal and a touchdown. That's why the game is so close. They missed that close-in field goal. They got way down in there and had a bad high snap.
Second down, let's call it 1 from the 49-yard line. The fullback, Sammy Van Dyke. And the last man that could possibly have stopped him did, Rusty Beasley, a gain of 13.
And Phil, as we look from the end zone, remember, this is where you make the adjustments. Van Dyke is 21. They had a great block they got there on the up back. Standing in there, the upback got a great block, and Van Dyke found the hole. But you can see that Arkansas has made some tremendous adjustments. Now it's important for Georgia to make those same adjustments on defense and to stop this. Arkansas has run the same play basically 3 times in a row.
First down. That's Rouse. Boy, does he run close to the ground. A thing I love to watch about James Rouse, Dave Rowe, is he is not only a banger inside, as we saw right there, but he has sprinter's quickness outside.
Well, you don't get to play at Georgia and Arkansas unless you do have this ability. You have to be able to run outside with speed and then all of a sudden put your head down, scramble, scrap, do anything you can to pick up 2 or 3 yards. Both these colleges teach outstanding basic fundamental principles. That's blocking, tackling, how to run hard, be fearless in there, and they have outstanding programs.
Thomas looking. He's got room to run. But he waited perhaps a second too long. John Brantley wrapped him up.
And I have to remark, I want to make one remark about Hatfield and about Vince Dooley. Both these coaches, they will not bend principles. They are very, very convicted people to their programs. Tremendous coaches, have respect all around the country, and they live by those principles, as evidenced by Vince Dooley taking 2 of his key players and saying, boys, you're not going to be on the team tonight because you violated a rule.
We're talking about kicker John Crumley and punter Joey Hester. And 2 weeks ago, he suspended the SEC's top punt returner, Nate Lewis. Straight ahead. I believe it was Sammy Van Dyke. Tyrone McClendon, the senior defensive tackle, on the stop.
Van Dyke is really met here by the linebacker. Watch this play. You want to see what it's like get hit? There's number 90 and 60 in there. Boy, they just stood him up and bent him over. That's Jim Hickey and Terry Webster. Ouch, that one smarted. And I don't know that they got it. We're going to have a measurement to see, in fact, if they did get it. Hickey, of course, playing the end, came down inside. He was not blocked. It was an influence block where they try to make you play the play. You see somebody run and you're supposed to go with it, but he played the ball very well, and he, in fact, did stop him.
Well, earlier in the first half, and it will be short. Early in the first half, we showed you Georgia's opponents here in 1987. They played, Dave, a very difficult schedule. Witness the simple fact that 6 of Georgia's 11 opponents are playing in bowl games this year.
Well, and Arkansas didn't play any slouches either. 3 of their opponents are going to bowl, so they both know how to play top-notch football.
At Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M. 4th down and about the length of the ball. Early in the first period at the midfield stripe, Ken Hatfield went for a first down on 4th and a foot, and he made it. To his tight end, Billy Winston.
4th down and 1 play action. You say he's not an exciting coach. He's pulled out the stops today as he throws a pass on 4th down and less than a yard. Finds Billy Winston, a 24-yard gain. There's the play action. Great hold there by Thomas to hold in there and find that tight end. Big target, Billy Winston.
Who used to do that in the pros?
Oh, yes. Johnny U.
You bet. There's the play action, and Thomas has scored for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Phil. We said Johnny Unitas did that same thing, but Johnny Unitas never was able to run like Greg Thomas. He spins, he rolls, he twists, he darts, he goes every way that you can possibly go. Hey, here Hatfield, we got to do it again. That ain't going to hold Georgia.
Kendall Traynor from the hold of Jim Simpson, and that's about as perfect as point afters can get. He split those uprights perfectly.
Now watch Thomas on this play. Watch the spin at the end. You talk about foot speed. Look at his twist right inside. He's in the end zone, leaves him in the dust. That is an amazing play. You'll see it right down. It's just like he's coming right towards you. Fakes in the line. Now here he sees that seam. Now watch this move right here. Twists inside. You can't play any better than that.
The Georgia Bulldogs, 2nd against the rush in the Southeast Conference, behind only Auburn. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
The new CMC is hot with the hot electronics everybody wants for the holidays, all at the lowest prices in town. Like this Sanyo digital car stereo with push-button tuning, CMC priced at just $79.95, or a 200-watt Panasonic home system for only $4.99. And that's not all. Choose from thousands of items in our new $2 million Panasonic inventory, including many items you might not expect to find at CMC, like typewriters, telephones, and clock radios. It may be December, but the prices are hotter than ever at the new CMC.
Hey, Pete, going to town with us?
Nah, go on ahead. Looks like you had a little trouble.
Oh, we can take care of it.
A day off is something real special, but so's a good neighbor.
Going into town with us, Pete?
Push. Head for the beer brewed natural as a mountain stream. Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
Well, this is it. Greg Thomas, again, comes out here, reads the block, sees Rusty Beasley there, turns inside of him, and Thomas has got today 8 carries, 52 yards, more importantly, 2 touchdowns.
Chicken to Angelo, we're chicken to Dallas, chicken out here, Memphis, man.
We're kicking it here, we're kicking it there, we're kicking it everywhere.
Traynor, boy, did he get his foot into that one. And 7 yards deep. Cassius Osborne will go down on a knee.
Well, now, Phil, you have to say, what do the Bulldogs have to do to get back in this football game? They're down 10 points. They've got to run the ball. We talked about that. They've got to get exceptional play from their linebackers. They've had good play from that. They've got to overcome those loss of key players. That may be affecting them emotionally, but now the game starts to change. You don't want to panic in this situation because there's a lot of time and you're only down 10 points. But they are a running team, and they should be able to run that football to win this football game.
From the I formation, Lars Tate is the tailback. He's got the football, and he is wrapped up at the 23-yard line. Wayne Martin, the right tackle.
Now, wait a minute. I look down there, and I cannot believe it. We've heard so much about Tony Cherico. The injury, we saw it. He's going to play. He's not going to play. Look at him here. I'll tell you one thing. You cannot take a great football player when you have a heart as big as your chest out of a football game. And that's what Tony Cherico, he knows what he means to this defense. Even at 75%, he means an awful lot.
2nd down and 7 from the 23. That's Alfonso Ellis, the fullback. And oh, is he ripped up at the 20-yard line.
Jackson's hand off to number 3.
He'll lose a yard.
And I think when you look at the Bulldog drives, look where they have started. Look at the field position difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they have started from their inside their own 23-yard line. The difference in field position has been probably the biggest difference in this football game.
That's the fullback. Alfonso Ellis turns the corner, and he is wrestled down way short of the first down. A gain of 4. And the Bulldogs will have to kick it away once more.
Well, I think Wayne Martin should have had him on this play. You have to keep containment. See, he's outside containment. Don't let him get outside of you, and he does. He uses the speed to get outside. Ellis is able to utilize that speed and get outside of Wayne Martin.
Kerry Owens finally took him to the surface, and that will bring David Dukes on. Oh, off the side of his foot. And it hits an Arkansas Razorback, and I believe the Bulldogs have recovered the football. That ball hit Richard Brothers as it came down, and when it hits the team on the receiving end, it is a loose football.
Absolutely. It's just like a fumble. You can't advance it, but you can hit it. But what happened is the punt is so short that it hits the Arkansas player. And there you'll see the ball, and there they come down with it. I think it's Kurt Warner comes down with it. Number 83 is Kurt Warner. Now watch this. It's so short. It just had touched one of the Arkansas players. It's a live ball. And that could be the biggest break that Georgia has had so far in this football game.
2 wide receivers stacked to the top of your screen. Now in motion, the tight end Troy Sadowski. The give, Lars Tate, and look at the Razorback pursuit.
Well, Lars Tate tries to get outside. You'll see he's jammed in the hole now. He's taking off for outside. That's what you want to do. Keep him running across the field. Let your pursuit get there. Look at the number of the white jerseys that are in there. 27 Atwater's in there. You just see a dozen guys all reacting to the ball. Of course, you can't have a dozen because there's only 11, but everybody is reacting to the football.
Well, to Georgia, it must seem like a dozen.
I certainly think it does.
2nd down and 11. Now from the I. Play action coming near side, complete to Cassius Osborne. He's across the midfield stripe, and for the 2nd time in this ball game, he simply runs out from under his own feet. Troy Sadowski threw a good block, but Osborne was already off balance.
And this is a slip screen play. What you do is you do a quick slip screen to your back. He drifts out there, and you depend upon that receiver getting the first block. He did get the block, but Osborne just slipped and fell down. And they're supposed to be the ones that are used to natural grass because they played on it so much more than Arkansas did this year.
Yeah, 9 of their 11 games on the real grass. There goes Osborne to the top of your screen. James Jackson wants to put it in the air. He throws wide open. He has a receiver at the 31-yard line, and it is Osborne. A 15-yard gain.
And I want to tell you, this is an outstanding pass. There's Osborne. Now watch, he's just going to do a curl right there. Now watch the rifle that comes in there. That is the best pass that James Jackson has thrown in this game. A perfect ball. Just had to be thrown perfect, and it was. Nice pass.
Osborne coming into this ball game, only 15 catches all year, but his per catch average 20 yards. That's Tate. He hammers inside the 30, down near the 29. Richard Brothers, the junior left corner, on the tackle.
Phil, you want to tell a good sign of a good football team. You see all those little stars on the back there? Those are all indicative of great plays during a football game. Every player on that team has got those white dots or those things. They give them out on Mondays. In the first practice, they say, okay, so-and-so gets a star and so-and-so. And those players, both these teams have got exceptional athletes. That's why they're covered with stars.
First man through is the fullback, Alfonso Ellis. A gain of 3 before the safety, junior Steve Atwater, knocks him down.
Just another point on that. I can remember when I was in college, that's one of the thrills of playing college football. You don't get money, you don't get a lot of rewards and things like that, but you get recognition. And those players get great recognition at these both schools. They play in front of national audiences all the time.
The Bulldogs are moving the football. And now a flag is down. It won't be delay of game. There are still 11 seconds remaining on the clock. 6:34 in the third period.
I think it's a false start.
Well,
that's one of the few plays that can stop a play before the ball is snapped. It's a false start by one of the linemen. Evidently somebody jerked back a little bit. It might have been, I can't believe it was Sadowski, because he's the tight end. He's allowed to come up out of his stance. Had to be one of the interior linemen. Boy, and coaches do not like 5-yard penalties, not when you're down in 4-down position.
Georgia now 3rd and a little more than 8. From the 31-yard line. James Jackson throws, and it is almost intercepted by Steve Atwater, intended for his tight end Troy Sadowski. I don't think Atwater knew the ball was there until that last possible second.
Well, he did. He broke on the ball well. You'll see him come into the picture here. He can't believe he doesn't intercept it. He got a hand on it. Look at him look back. He thought for a second there that Sadowski had caught it. But if Atwater had caught that one, it was a 70-yard dash because he was on a dead run.
This is John Casey. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game. From 47 yards out, no chance at all. Keep in mind, the Bulldogs' regular place kicker, Steve Crumley, suspended today for breaking team rules last night. Crumley would have come into the ball game with 14 of 17 field goals. His longest was 51 yards. So the clock has stopped. 6:20 to play in the third period. And Arkansas leading the Bulldogs 17-7. 50,000 watching an entertaining ball game here at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee. When we return, Arkansas will have the football.
Introducing a family sedan made the Mazda way.
Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Mazda 626 are all great family sedans, but the 626 is really something special. For starters, it has a better warranty, much better. 12% more interior room than Camry and Accord. Plus, it's close to $1,000 less. And if all that's not special enough for you, just wait till you drive this world-class road car.
This is the Mazda way. New Tegrin medicated shampoo with conditioners leaves my hair looking great, and it's tough on dandruff.
And how do you know what tough is?
New Tegrin medicated shampoo with conditioners proves tough can be beautiful.
Pearl Bailey for Andre.
Here's to all my friends, and I have so many. You're probably one of them, honey.
This year, toast your friends with Andre, America's best loved champagne.
Arkansas leading the Georgia Bulldogs 17-7 here in the third period. And for the Bulldogs, Dave, 2 interceptions and a couple of missed field goals. They've hurt badly.
That really did.
Yeah.
We said they had to overcome one of their lost players, the field goal kicker. They have not been able to do that. On Arkansas, though, we said that Thomas had to have a big game. And boy, is he having a game. 126 of the 233 yards have been directly attributed to Greg Thomas.
There's the wishbone, the last-minute second pitch to James Rouse. He's across the 32 out near the 33. Terry Webster, the junior weak side linebacker, on the tackle.
And Phil, let's go back for a minute and look and see what Arkansas had to do to win this football game. The musts for Arkansas: neutralize Georgia's linebackers. They've done that. Run outside. Greg Thomas has certainly done that. And get a big game from their quarterback. Boy, they couldn't have gotten a bigger one than they have getting from Greg Thomas. He is the entire offense for this Razorback team tonight.
2nd down and 7. The ball at the 33. And here comes Thomas on a quarterback draw. Out near the 40-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. A late flag came sailing in. And I believe it's going to be holding against Arkansas.
Well, let's look for the signal. I think you're right. I think it is holding against Arkansas. That's the signal. Holding against Arkansas. That nullifies a nice run, but that's a quarterback draw. It's designed to do that. There's no passing on that play. You'll see it here. Now watch right here. There's the drop. It may be John Stitten right there, 66. Oh, I think it is John. Well, he gets his name mentioned. It's a big offensive guard at 302 pounds. A senior, 6'6".
Well, they won't have many more opportunities to make that mistake. This is his last game.
Yes, it is. And he's had a very, very good career here. He is a true Arkansas Razorback blocker.
Well, along with Brian White, the center, he's also a senior, and the right tackle, Chris Beckett. That's Rouse. Bangs across the 31-yard line. Mike Brown, the roverback, takes him down. Boy, Rouse runs with such tremendous power.
It's acceleration is what it is, Phil. What they're doing, one of the things that Arkansas is coming out in the second half, evidently they feel that Georgia is able to compensate. They're able to make quick movements. So what they're doing is they're going against the grain with misdirection. Look at there, the top guns. Lars Tate. Who would have expected 26 yards out of Lars Tate tonight? Only 26 yards.
Thomas, the pass is knocked away. Intended for J.R. Brown. And it was tipped by Mike Brown.
That was a nice pass at the last second. Mike Brown got in there, defensive back, dove out and just tipped the ball away. Nice recovery. That's the mark of a good defensive back. It's how quickly, once the ball is thrown, you react back to it. Coaches call that closing speed. It's very, very important in professional football and in college football.
Kendall Traynor, high end over end punt. It is taken by Mike Bowen. And he won't get very far. A flag is down. Reggie Hall on the tackle following the 33-yard punt.
Boy, it's a shame if it's going to go against Georgia because they'd have excellent field position at the 40. But most times when a flag is thrown like that, it almost always goes against the offense or the receiving team. And that signals a clip, Phil, and it is against Georgia. So instead of having the ball out the 40-yard line where the clip occurred, we may be able to see it. Let's see if we see a clip. It may be on the left of your screen. See 53 there? Boom, right in the back. That's a perfect. Oh, boy, that's a shame. That's Demetrius Douglas a little bit active there trying to get to a good block.
4:38 remaining in the third period. When we return, the Bulldogs will have the football. They trail by 10.
It took 2,000 years, but a revolutionary discovery is changing the way men think about coloring their gray hair. It's called Just for Men, from the leader in men's hair coloring. Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, shampoo out. Your gray is blended away, leaving your natural-looking color. 5 minutes. Here, look at me. Just for Men leaves your hair looking healthy and fuller, and it won't fade or wash out. Just for Men, in the men's hair care section.
A simple country boy has simple needs. A house, a car, and the most advanced high-performance tires on the road.
Take me where this heart began. Love to ride the same good land that my daddy loved.
The Goodyear Eagle VR was developed out of a Formula One racing tire design, and that's important, even if you're just going next door.
Goodyear, take me home.
The signing of the Constitution. Getting the approval of 81-year-old statesman Benjamin Franklin was considered a major step in helping lead to its ratification by America's citizens.
The Liberty Bowl. This is the 29th renewal. It all began back in Philadelphia in 1959. And Bud Dudley, the founder of the Liberty Bowl, stuck with it when many people thought the Liberty Bowl would die back in 1963 when it left Philly. A year in Atlantic City and then on to Memphis. And oh, what a bowl it has been. Jackson throws. It is cut by Osborne. And he has rolled out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Richard Brothers on the stop.
And Phil, that is a tough thing to do, to throw on the run, to square your shoulders up to the line. And James Jackson did an excellent job. He has thrown some nice passes tonight. That one curl that he threw was a beautiful pass. That one was another great pass. Now if he can put 3 or 4 of them together, they can get down here and score, but they are far from out of this football game.
4:32 remaining. There goes Osborne in motion. Jackson, all the time in the world. He's going to turn it upfield. He was tripped up by Ben Floor, the freshman left cornerback. And Jackson stumbled another 7 or 8 yards.
I'll tell you, if James Jackson could have picked up Sadowski across the middle, he broke late. Right now, Sadowski is going to break open, but Jackson pulls the ball down and starts to run under pressure. But he had Sadowski wide open across the middle, but he had to pull the ball down. Sadowski just didn't get open quick enough. The play didn't develop quick enough.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3. The ball at the 44-yard line. 3:46 to play, third period. Here comes the reverse. Cassius Osborne gets by one man, and he could break free. Boy, did he get around Chad Rowland.
He certainly did. But watch the trip on Harris here if you want to see what happened. Watch Harris here, 68. He's going to come back. He trips over top of the block of also 68, Kim Stevens, and that allows him to get back outside. But what a move there by Cassius Osborne to beat the defensive corner.
Coming near side. Here is Rodney Hampton. A flag is down, and so is Hampton at the 24. And that, I believe, is going to be holding.
Oh, boy, the Georgia coaches were really upset at that. Oh, they've got to be upset because the running back was already beyond where the holding was.
A long way beyond.
Yes, he was probably 3 or 4 yards beyond that block when I saw the flag come. He broke quickly, didn't wait for his blocks to set up, but they called holding behind him. And that nullifies about a 7 or 8 yard gain.
And it also nullified a great block by Mac Burrows, the left guard. Interesting story. Mac Burrows is a senior. In his 4 years, Mac overcame a dislocated shoulder and major knee surgery back in '85. In fact, 6 weeks after that knee surgery, his mother died of cancer. And Mac said he decided at that time 2 things. Number one, he was going to come back from those injuries after watching his mother fight cancer as long as he did. And number 2, he dedicated himself to getting that college degree. And Mac Burrows will get that degree next summer from the University of Georgia. First down now and 20 from the I. Jackson pressured, throws it out to Rodney Tate. On his feet at the 42-yard line and stopped there. Rodney Hampton, the freshman tailback. Wayne Martin, the first man to get to him.
And that time they got great pressure on James Jackson. And Vince Dooley knows that they have got to be able to score in here. You just can't drive the ball as well as they have a holding call, disrupt your whole offensive frame. Now it's second down and about 16 yards to go. What they need to do is work on 2 plays, not try to get it all back in one. 2 short intermediate passes, maybe 1 good run.
Pass to the near side. It's complete to John Thomas. It will be very, very close to a first down at the 25-yard line for Thomas. His 6th catch of the night. Coming into this ball game, Thomas had only 25 all year long.
But look how far the defensive back is off him. And John Thomas, number 9, right there, has got plenty of room to catch the football. So only got 6 catches, but he's already has 80 yards passing. You just cannot play that far off. What happens is it's kind of like a do-or-die situation. If you play him up close with his speed, he'll burn you and get by you. But if you play him back, they'll throw underneath all night on you.
Dave, Arkansas's defense rarely blitzes. All-out assaults on opposing quarterbacks, really not a major characteristic of this defense.
No, absolutely. They play solid defense. They expect their line and linebackers to stop the run and get pressure on them. They expect their defensive backs to give, and come up and make the big play. And Arkansas has gotten those big plays this year. Atwater's had an exceptional year.
And also, one other thing we should mention, Arkansas's defensive coordinator, Fred Goldsmith, has tailored that defense to the personnel at hand. Again from the eye, here come the Bulldogs. Flares it to the near side. It is caught by Hampton. And oh, does he take a hit at the 23. James McCoy, the sophomore defensive end on the tackle.
And Phil, you made a very valid point. Great coaching staffs like this Georgia and Arkansas team tailor their offense to meet the personnel. You have a Lars Tate, you're certainly not going to use him as a blocking back. You have a James Rouse, you're going to get the ball to those fellas.
Well said.
You have those big linebackers that can play defense, then you play man-to-man defense and play that run solid.
Wide receivers at the top of your screen, Osborne and Thomas. The give is to Hampton. And the freshman carries it inside the 15 down near the 14.
Will be very close to a first down.
And they're going to give the Dogs a first down. Georgia has the football and 4 more downs to punch it in.
Well, watch Rodney Hampton here. He doesn't run like a freshman. Watch the stutter step in the hole. Boom, 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 boom. Look at those feet close to the ground. Sees the hole develop. Good vision into the hole. Breaks out to his right and picks up nice yardage. He doesn't run like any freshman you've seen in a long while.
No. Little misdirection. Jackson sprints out of trouble, spins, and then loses his balance at the 12-yard line.
I think the biggest difference is we got that's Ricky Williams down on the ground. He looks as if he's injured himself. But the biggest difference in football today over, say, 10 to 15 years ago is foot speed, the agility of these guys. It's unbelievable. I believe it is Ricky Williams who's down on the ground. Oh, wait a minute. I think Cherny Jericho may go out too. Now we may see this play. Ricky Williams is 57 here. Let's see, in fact, if we see what happens. Right there. You see how his legs just kind of collapse around him. He was in there.
Ricky Williams, the right outside linebacker. If he goes out, they'll have to rely on a junior by the name of Reggie Hall. We'll be back right after these messages from your local station.
Hi, I'm Don Brown. You need a solid, reliable used car for winter driving, and I've got a used car sale going on now that'll put you in one. Like this 85 Chevy with bucket seats, just $31.95 at 200 down, just $88.77 a month. This sharp 82 Century V6 with automatic power and air, just $39.95, and an 80 Pontiac Sunbird with automatic power and air, just $29.95, plus many more at Don Brown Chevrolet Grand in Chippewa.
Forsyth Computers means Forsyth Solutions. The solution to take advantage of 1987 taxes and budgets, our year-end sale with special prices on our entire family of Apple computers and accessories. Find the Apple computer to fit your needs in the home, in the office, or desktop publishing, and count on Forsyth Computers for solutions in Apple training, support, and service. Forsyth Computers means Forsyth Solutions. Call us. They work. Our year-end sale ends Thursday.
Just over a minute left in the third period here at this, the 29th Liberty Bowl, and it is Arkansas leading Georgia 17-7. And again, the Arkansas medical staff working on nose tackle Tony Cherico. Second down and 8. Coming near side, it is Hampton who stretches his way to the 7-yard line.
Rodney Hampton is responsible for 81 yards a game rushing. This is just straight ahead football. You try to get the ball deep so you can see the seam, find out where the block is. There he makes a nice cut, gets hit, stretches out. Boy, oh boy, don't fumble that ball. You see he wears gloves. They wear, a lot of receivers and running backs wear those gloves.
Third down and 3 from the 7-yard line. Rolling right. Jackson looking, still looking, and dives inside the 8 near the 7.
Oh boy, fourth down. Did they go for it? Oh, it's going to be a big one. Fourth down and about 2 yards to go. They're 10 points down.
Well, we'll find out in just a moment as the third quarter has come to a close. When we come back to Memphis, the final 15 minutes of the Liberty Bowl.
Introducing a small sedan made the Mazda way. The new Mazda